Hi everyone, my name is Phil and welcome to Phil Does 3D. I'm a multimedia and 3D artist and I stream live on Twitch on Mondays and Tuesdays at 5 PM Pacific time if you're in the United States. That will be 10 AM if you're in Australia or 1 AM if you're in the UK. I hope everybody is doing well. Hellforge, good morning to you. Coffee, yes, you don't have to tell me twice, you know that. More coffee. Remember guys, if you do miss the live streams, you can catch up at any time by clicking the videos tab on my Twitch channel or going to my YouTube channel /PhilDoes3D. Remember too, if you do want to join the Phil Does 3D Discord server, click that link Hellforge has popped into Twitch chat. Maybe yes. And you can join the Discord server. There's a section there, a gallery section where you can show off your work. I like to show it on the stream, so if you don't want me to, just tell me when you pop the image in the gallery and I won't. We're working on the House on the Hollow game. You can wishlist that now on Steam by clicking the link in Twitch chat, or you can get the Discord link or the game Steam store link by going to the About Me section on my Twitch channel. Sniper Girl, hey Sniper Girl, it's good to see you. Hang on, she says Phil Does Just Chat is on. Then it will be 30 minutes before he does art. No, come on. I've only just gone live. Actually, it took a while to go live this morning. I had to restart the stream a few times to get the transcoding to kick in. Thank you, Twitch. Twitch being twitchy. So yes, we're going to finish doing the crate from Half-Life 2. Which is one of the Easter eggs that we're taking into the game. And once we've done that, we just have to jump back into the kitchen really quickly because I did forget to actually include something in the kitchen, so we're going to do that. Sniper Girl says, yep, that's past history. You're doing good, good to hear. Yes, no, I'm doing really well. Thanks for asking. Yes, doing good. I can't complain. Well, I can, but I won't. No, everything's fine. I'm good. So we're going to jump straight into Substance. I keep calling it Substance Painter. We should start to call it Adobe Painter because that's what it is now. We just have to finish this cradle. Really all we have left to do, I think, is to colour up the supply crate labels. So we'll do that. All right, let's have a look here. What we got? I think we'll go with a plasticky type label. And let's have a look at this one. I'm just going to mask with color selection to the label. Sniper Girl refuses to call it Adobe Painter. I don't blame you. Adobe, why do you take everything good in this world and buy it? Why? And Autodesk, why do you do the same? Why? Why? So, I have a feeling the original crate in Half-Life, let me just have a look here. The labels were originally a yellow, I believe, not an orange, which is strange because the logo is an orange. Let's just really quickly double check that. Google is your friend. Yeah, I thought the original label was a yellow, not an orange. It looks like. I mean, we could make it an orange if we wanted to. It surprises me because, yeah, the Half-Life logo, the H is an orange. So let's, I guess, make it a yellow, I suppose. Nice and dirty. Just the way we like it. Okay, let's just do a quick save. It does have an overall dirt layer. Here, we might just move the labels under that dirt layer that we've got set up. There we go. It just gives everything a nice overall dirty look. I don't think there's really anything else we need to add to it now. It's just a crate. So let's export the textures. You see how quickly I got into working this morning, Sniper Girl? That should all be good. Okay, let us jump into Unreal and let us bring those textures in. Great. It will be crate two Freeman. I've got to make sure I get the right one. So I believe it's this one. This one, and this one. I think that's right. I've got a couple of other textures here. I just got to double check. Crate 2 Freeman crate, crate 2 Freeman crate. Freeman crate 2. No, it's not that one there. It will be, I believe. Is it that one there? Freeman. Hang on, Freeman crate 2. What did I, hang on, let me have a look. Bill's getting confused. It's called Freeman crate, okay. So what, okay, it's not these ones, so it's this one, and this one. Okay, that's better. Okay, now again, Unreal is bringing these in as a virtual texture, and I don't want that, so we're going to turn virtual texture streaming off. This is actually just a black, I could just use a constant for this, to be honest, because it's just plain black. You guys are very quiet. Making sure my chat's still working. Okay, let us bring those textures in. We want the color. Actually, well, yeah, I might just use a constant for the metallic, I think. Again, for a constant, just hold number 1 on the keyboard and click. Hell forward says save and copy. Well, yes, let's have the copy, then I'll do the save. Got to get your priorities right here. Copy first. And I'll hook the material up and then we'll save. So we've got the color, the metallic, the normal, and the rough. So again, just using a constant as opposed to using the actual texture just saves us a little bit of texture memory, even though the texture wouldn't be that big. Really. Yeah. And let's have a look at our crate, I guess. Okay. Snubby says metallic should be 0 for wood. Hang on, you're probably correct. Oh, wrong one. I was wondering why I was looking a little dark. It's early morning for me. Leave me alone. You are correct. Nice catch, Sniper Girl. Thank you. And there we go. Our crate's the right colour now. All right. Elfwood says, I mean, it's less about the priorities and more about just typing speed. Save has fewer letters than copy. Very true. Let's just make sure we put these into the right folders so everything is nice and organized. So we'll put our material into our materials folder. And our textures into our textures folder. We don't actually need this one because we're not using it, so we'll just move these ones. And we'll remove this one. And now we'll do a save. And I'll have a copy as well. Abigail says, you're welcome. Should pay me to watch over. You should. Oh, well, I should. Yes, you're right. I've told you guys before, I have a problem with the 0 and the 1 to work out which, because different software does it differently. Like the alpha map, when you do an alpha map in 3D Studio Max, it's reversed to the way you would normally do an alpha map with the black and the white. So yeah, it confuses me sometimes. And the 0 and the 1 thing confuses me too. Okay, let's, so we're going to be placing our Half-Life crate off the beaten track over here. Pardon me, behind this bush. So this will be the only Easter egg location I'm going to be showing live on stream. The other Easter eggs will be hidden off stream somewhere and you guys will have to find them. But the Half-Life one I thought we would show, so unless somebody goes off the beaten path here, they won't find it. Alright, so I guess we should start with the crate itself. Sit up straight, Phil. There we go. Every time I'm got to make sure I'm in the right streaming level here. There we go. The crate's a little bit tiny. Let's move it forward a bit. We can see it because it's highlighted, but I don't think that the player will really notice it unless they go looking for it. We might move it over a little bit. And let's rotate it around to make it look a little bit more interesting. Maybe that way. And again, I'm just checking the size to make sure the size looks correct. Yeah, I think the size is alright. Again, we've got this visual glitching going on, but that's because actually what I've noticed with the engine is this visual glitching that sometimes happens, like we're seeing here, seems to happen the first time you place a new object. The level needs to be the lighting needs to be rebuilt. That's a major part of the issue, but I have noticed that if you save and close the editor down and reopen it again, that glitching goes away until you start adding more stuff again. So, but it will stop once I do a rebuild on the lighting. I haven't rebuilt the lighting for quite a while, and we've added quite a bit to the level. So, Alright, so now we have the crowbar and the glasses. So let's bring the crowbar. Again, I just want to double check my scaling here to make sure it's correct. Yeah, and you see we can't see the crate. So they won't know it's there unless they're looking for it. Okay, let us bring in the crowbar. And I guess we could maybe put it maybe there. And finally we need to bring in the sunglasses. Not the sunglasses, Gordon Freeman's glasses. Let's rotate them around a little bit. And maybe move them. No, oh, actually, I just realized. I've set these up as objects, interactive objects, so that you can actually pick them up and look at them. You can't add them to your inventory simply because I don't want to confuse people adding stuff to their inventory that isn't part of gameplay. But I do want to allow the player to actually pick them up. So what that means is I need to remove the actual mesh here and bring in one of these blueprints which are interactive. So we want the glasses. It's the same thing, it's just that this allows the player to pick them up, that's all. And rotate them and look at them. Just making sure they're actually on the top of the crate. And we need to do the same thing, of course, with the crowbar. So let's bring the crowbar in. Delete this one. Make sure our crowbar is not inside the crate. Okay. So we've got our Half-Life Easter egg in. And again, I'm just going to make sure that you can't see it from the path. No. Good. Good. Hopefully people will pick that up as being Half-Life. Yeah, there probably will be another crowbar in the game because I actually think a crowbar could be useful as part of gameplay for a puzzle or something. So another reason why I didn't make this. So you might think, well, why don't you make this crowbar part of the game? Like part of the puzzle. The problem being, because this is a hidden sort of like Easter egg, if the player doesn't find it before they head in through these main gates, they won't be able to come back this way because, again, this particle effect is not activated as you see it here straight away. That's activated once the player actually enters the gate. So, and that's to stop the player from getting back out that way. So if they don't find the Easter egg, and I need a crowbar, say I need the crowbar as part of a puzzle, and they don't find it before they go in through the gate, well then that will break the gameplay. So that's why this crowbar they can find and pick up and look at, but not add to inventory. And we'll have another crowbar somewhere else that they can pick up and add to the inventory, which will be part of a puzzle, most probably. Haven't thought that far ahead yet. Good job, Helford says. Good. Telford says you should have some coffee after all that hard work. I agree. I should have some coffee. Android Lust, I see that you're in the Discord. I don't know if you're in the Twitch chat though. Says, what kind of turtle is that? He's asking. Actually, I forgot to show the photos that Smurfberry posted yesterday. I'll do that before I sign up today on the stream. Oh, Android Lust has posted. Says also I have to miss the stream again. I'm currently at the end of moving into another place, and I don't have anything set up yet. But I do have something beautiful waiting in a box, and he's got a shot of his horizon. So he actually posted that in Discord. So yeah, he's bought his new Horizon 5950. Nice. I'm just going to reply to him here in Discord. Sniper Girl says, should totally make a crowbar as being a hidden item that's usable, an ultimate item that is hidden. I'm confused, Sniper Girl. What do you mean? So I should make the crowbar as being a hidden item that's usable, an ultimate item that is hidden. But if I did that and they didn't find it, and you need the crowbar to solve a puzzle, well then they're not going to be able to solve the puzzle and progress the game. So I don't understand how it would work. Thank you, Hellforge. If you want to join the Discord server, click that link. Hellforge popped into Twitch chat. Another girl says, have it usable. If people find it, can be useful for multiple puzzles. Yeah, okay, I understand what you're saying. By they find the crowbar, it's a usable object that they can use to solve puzzles in the game. That's only if people find it. What if people don't find it and you need the crowbar to solve the puzzle? What will happen then? So that's my issue with having something that is usable as a puzzle element. If people don't find it, then they can't solve the puzzle. Particularly if it's super well hidden. I mean, all of the puzzle things are sort of hidden to a degree. People have to go searching for them to find them to be able to use them to solve the puzzle. I mean, they're all like that, I guess, but being super hidden, that's what I'm worried about. Sniper Girl says, then have a normal crowbar that they're stuck with instead of using the fancy Half-Life 2 one. Oh, okay. So you're saying make the Half-Life 2 crowbar here, you can add it to your inventory and use it, but also have another crowbar that if people don't find this one, they can pick up and use to solve the puzzle. So you could either use the Half-Life crowbar to solve the puzzle, or the other crowbar the normal crowbar that you find. Yeah, okay, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Well, you know, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I wasn't planning on having any of the Easter eggs actually something you could add to your inventory just so I didn't confuse people, but there's no reason they couldn't be added to the inventory, even if they're not used as part of a puzzle. I'm trying to think of ways, I just don't want to confuse a player. Like, for instance, say, I don't know, the cookbook or the Steam Deck, or even the dollhouse, if they pick them up, they might... Generally, if you pick up something that you can add to your inventory, there's usually a use for it. You don't generally pick stuff like the crowbar is fine. I see where you're coming from, and that would be cool. But the other items, yeah, I'm not allowing players to put them in their inventory because they're not part of gameplay, and I don't want people to think, well, I have the glasses. I have this pair of glasses. What am I meant to do with it? It's in my inventory, so what am I meant to do with it? But the crowbar, no, that's a valid point. We could make the crowbar, the Half-Life crowbar, addable to your inventory because we have a puzzle that needs a crowbar. And we could also have another crowbar that you could add to your inventory somewhere else in the game in case people don't find this one before they go through those gates. Yep. Navigil says people are used to Easter eggs in games, it will be fine. But do you normally pick up an Easter egg? I thought an Easter egg in a game generally was just more of a visual cue. It wasn't like something you added to your inventory. Or am I wrong? Have you played games where the Easter eggs are like you could add them to your inventory and stuff? It doesn't have to be? Okay. So do you think we should allow the players to pick the Easter eggs up and add them to their inventory, like Freeman's glasses and, well, the crowbar we've worked out will be fine, but things like the glasses and the dollhouse and stuff like that, do you think we should let people add them to the inventory, even though they're not going to be used as part of a puzzle? Would that confuse anyone if that was allowed? All of them? No, the useful ones. Why not? Hang on, you say all of them, then you say no, the useful ones. Why not? So, should we allow all of the Easter eggs to be added to the inventory or not? That's basically the question. Something to ponder. It's not a big change to be made. I just have to change the blueprint around. No, just the ones that you're planning on making you. Okay, fine. So the way we've got it now, so what I'll do is I'll add it so that the Half-Life crowbar you can add to your inventory if you find this little corner here. We'll also have another crowbar that you can find later on in the game for a puzzle. But we won't allow the players to pick up the glasses or the dollhouse or the Steam Deck or the book, because they're not going to be part of gameplay. Sound fair enough? I think that's a good way. I don't want to confuse players, and I know, you guys who play computer games all the time know better than some people. Like, you can't judge the skill or the experience of somebody who might play the game. And I know if I was playing a game and I was somebody who wasn't maybe so familiar with Easter eggs and stuff, I would have thought, well, if I can pick it up and add it to my inventory, that means I must be able to use it somewhere. So that was my only concern. I don't want to confuse players by allowing them to pick up objects and add it to their inventory that have nothing to do with any puzzle and can't be used, because I think it will confuse players, some players. But the crowbar, I think, will be fine. We'll have 2 crowbars in case they miss that one. Snappy Girl says, and regarding Easter eggs that you can add to inventory in games, yes, I mean Silent Hill had one. Oh, okay. It had the chainsaw, the rock drill, the katana, and a freaking laser gun as Easter eggs back in the 90s. Yeah, okay. The games that I played that have had Easter eggs have generally just been visual Easter eggs. They haven't been stuff you could add to your inventory, but fair enough. But we won't, simply because I don't want to confuse the player. I don't want them to add something to their inventory that they can't use. Basically, in the game, everything you add to your inventory has a use and will be needed somewhere for some puzzle somewhere. So, yeah. That's the way the game is sort of being designed. And I think that's probably the best way to make sure no one gets confused, because otherwise, I guarantee I'd have people in the forums on Steam saying, I picked this up, what am I meant to do with it? I got these glasses, what am I meant to do with them? So yeah, but the crowbar we'll do the crowbar. So there'll be 2 crowbars in case you missed the Half-Life one, and you can use either one to solve the puzzle. Mind you, I haven't even thought of what the puzzle is yet. I mean, yeah, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Let's do a quick save here. And we're going to move into the, actually we're going to jump into Max. So I realized we didn't have an extraction for the stove. You remember we have the stove sitting over in one corner in the kitchen? Well, there was no extraction fan, and it really should have one. And this is just basically ducting to take the extracted food stuff, smell, out of the building. You'll see what I mean if I jump into Unreal, and you'll see how it improved the look of the kitchen as well. And we move down into the kitchen. Do I have the kitchen loaded up as the next question? Yes, I do. So yeah, I've just brought it in untextured at the moment, but you see how it just helps to fill up the kitchen a little bit more by having this extraction fan and ducting in the room. Because yeah, the oven really did need an extraction fan. All kitchens have them. Like my oven in my kitchen here is sort of built under the cabinet here, and the hot plates are up here, and I have my extraction fan sort of underneath of the kitchen cabinet. It's a thin one that you pull out. But because we have a freestanding stove here, we really need an extraction above it. So that's what we forgot. And I do think it helps to make the room look a little bit more interesting as well. Or it will once we texture it up. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to start UV mapping and texturing in Substance Painter. So let's do that. We're going to send it over to Ryzen. You see, half an hour in, I've already got the crate Half-Life stuff Easter egg in the game. I'm efficient today. Efficient. Okay. This won't take very long to UV map. Most of it are just boxes. I have a deliverable due actually. I should get as much stuff into the game before I send through the deliverable as I can. Keep them happy. This is actually a cylindrical map will be best for this, I think. So I think what I'll do, I'm going to do that. Yeah, the cylindrical map I think is probably fine. So. This is going to be a little bit more interesting to UV map though. And again, that's just a visual glitch in the program, it's not in the model. I don't think I played you know, I don't think I've played any of the Silent Hill games, to be honest. Not one of them. And I love the movie. So I really should play more Silent Hill. I'm not saying the movie was great, but you know, it wasn't bad. Well, they made a couple of movies actually. You love the movie? I'm sorry. They made, which movie are you talking about though? Because they made two that I'm aware of. They could have made more, but I know of two that I've seen. Two movies. Silent Hill movies. Sniper Girl says both are bad. Not one detail in the movies are accurate to the games. Yeah, no, I realise that too. The movies sort of like go off on their own little tangent compared to the games. But you could say that about the Resident Evil movies as well. They weren't really that related to the games at all either. And I like the Resident Evil movies. I thought they were pretty good. We're not talking about the animated movies. We're talking about the CG movies. I'm talking more about the live action ones. The CG movies are probably more accurate to the games than the live action ones were. I see that the Lord of the Rings series that Amazon are making is due to be released in 2022. I think it's September next year is the release date for the Lord of the Rings series. That should be interesting. Let's see what sort of job Amazon have done on that. Apparently it was the most expensive series to film and make ever, or it will be. They've finished filming, they're starting to do editing and special effects at the moment. Because I like the Lord of the Rings movies. I thought Peter Jackson did a good job. And I've read the book a couple of times, The Lord of the Rings. This is an F and a B in case anyone's wondering, because remember the guy's house that you're exploring in the game is, his name is Francis Barrett, so I thought we put an F and a B on it. It's the same on his bed. Above his bed there's an F and a B as well. Because why not? I guess before I forget I should start doing all these little rivets as well. Now that's interesting. You see the rivets are actually turned in the wrong direction. I don't know if that's in the model. It shouldn't be. We'll UV map it, then I'll check it in Max. Again, it could just be a glitch in the export of the program. You guys got anything interesting planned for the weekend? I know it's a way away from the weekend at the moment, but I don't. All I'll be doing is working probably. No rest for the wicked, as they say. Sniper Girl says it's a let's do our own thing and ignore the law completely. We're talking about Silent Hill. Well, at least they got the town right, didn't they? Because they start by her arriving in that town, and that was in the game where you were sort of trapped in that town. But the rest of it was completely different. So then they went their own direction with everything else. And we have some rivets through here. What would be your favourite movie of all time, guys? So, it doesn't have to be a modern movie. It can be any movie. What is your favourite movie? It's sort of hard for me to pick down my favourite. I like so many. Sniper Girl says they got the town right and the feel of some of the camera movements. Also, some of the monsters are wonderfully done. The context of the monsters themselves and what they represent in the game, nope. Yeah, I really liked the, the nurses that have the Hessian bags or whatever it is over their faces, and they sort of they have that really jerky movement. I thought that was really cool. That was in the original movie and in the game. Those sort of creature things. The demonic looking nurses. So yeah, I thought that was well done. And that other character as well, the guy that has the big metal thing over his head with the axe or whatever it is that he's got, that was in the game too, wasn't it? I haven't actually played any of the Silent Hill games, but I'm pretty sure. Pyramid Head, yes, Pyramid Head. He was in the game, wasn't he? They're doing a reboot on Resident Evil, aren't they? So they're sort of like rebooting it for a new generation, as they say. They're going to use the movies I'm talking about, a younger cast for a reboot. I saw Black Widow, the new Marvel movie with I can't remember her name, the actress. It wasn't too bad as movies go. The one that's having a dispute with Disney at the moment because Disney released it on Disney Plus, and they were supposed to have not do that until after a certain period of time because she was getting a cut of the royalties from cinemas when people going to the cinema to watch it. So there's some sort of legal dispute going on between her and Disney at the moment over that. But the movie was okay. I quite liked it. I mean, yep, it wasn't amazing, but it was alright. I enjoyed it. I'm just going to make sure that I've not forgotten to UV map anything, and I think I've remembered everything. I think it's all UV mapped. We'll do a pack in max to get the texel density all even. I'm just making sure I haven't forgotten to UV map anything. And I'm pretty sure I'm good. Okay, let's send that back to max. And let's throw an unwrap down and get Max to do a repack. Leslie. I have a real problem saying that. Says, how you feel? I hope you've been well. I have, Leslie. I hope you have too. It's good to see you. What you been up to? Yeah, Fleth. I have a problem saying it. Flethling. Fleth. I'll say Fleth. I'm good though. Yep. Thanks for asking. Okay, Max has done a repack. I'm just going to add a checker pattern. To make sure that texel density is correct. Sniper Girl says he has a problem with all of our usernames. Yes, well, you guys know I do. Bless says everyone does. Yeah, I've been great, just working on updates for a game. Oh, cool. So you're working on updates for a game. Well, that sounds interesting. I'm intrigued. Is this a game that you're creating, or are you doing it for somebody else? So let's just add this checker pattern here so I can check the texel density on our model. And I think our texel density looks pretty good to me. All the squares are even. That's what we want. So let's just remove those now because they just get in the way and distracting. We'll do a quick save and then I'll have some coffee. Oh, okay. Fleth says, yeah, just texture updates for AOE3. I'm not sure. What is that game? I'm not familiar with that. What is that game? AOE3. What is that? Oh, Age of Empires. Okay. Age of Empires. Okay. You know, I've never played that game, but it does look really good, actually. From what I've seen of the ads and stuff. They used to run the ads quite a lot on television here in Australia for that game. It does look quite good. Like visually, they did a nice job. It's been around for a long time, hasn't it? Age of Empires. We did the texel density. Oh, that's right. I need to fix those rivets. No, and again, you see what I mean here? Oh no, I think the rivets are out. Looking at it, yep, they are. Okay, let's fix that. We're going to collapse the stack. And we're just going to rotate our rivets around so that they're facing in the right direction. And move them out a little bit. So that one and this one. And I think we've got two on the other side as well. And these ones were all okay, I believe. Looks like this one might not be okay. Might just go into local space here. And I guess I better check the other ones just on this side. Yep, these ones need to be rotated too. Move forward. Okay, now we should be good. All of our rivets are good. Let's do a save, and we're going to export the model and bring it into Substance Painter. Flethling says, yeah, it has. I got the first one in a cereal box when I was like 4. So let's export this model. Yep. We want to send it to our models folder inside the kitchen, and it's the range hood. We're going to call it range, because I've already exported one version of it that I brought into the game engine, which means I actually have to re-import it because those rivets are all. I'm going to call this one range hood paint, because this is the one we're going to paint on. Damn, I've hit the caps lock key. Okay. So we'll export this one as range hood paint. But because I have already imported it into the engine, I'm just going to re-export this one too as range hood complete. And jump back into Unreal really quickly and re-import that model. If I can find it. Did I not put it under my kitchen? I should have. Must be under the kitchen stuff. Did I forget? Oh, yeah, there it is. So I'm just going to re-import that as well. Okay. Yeah, we'll come back to that. Let's just do a save though to make sure that is saved out. And save this one and make a new project. So we want models, kitchen, range hood paint. Again, I'm going to do these in 4K, which means the engine will do it. We'll knock it back to 2K when we import it into Unreal. Alright, now and it has been broken up into a texture for the large part of the ducting, a texture for the pipe, and then one for the rain shot itself. The reason I've done it this way is instead of making it just all one texture, is this is a really large object. It takes up like a lot of the room. It's not like a small object like, say, these cakes or the fruit. It's actually a large object that spans a lot of the room. So I wanted to make sure that we didn't, if we made it one texture, because the engine is set up to halve any textures we import, that's just the way we've optimized it for the game. The resolution would have been too low with one texture because the object is so large. So, and 3 draw calls. Well, it's more than 3 draw calls, but 3 separate materials for an object. I wouldn't go over 3. Again, this is a PC game, so we're talking PC here. But 3 will be fine as far as the number of draw calls go. So I just want to point that out, and that's the reason I'm doing it. Okay, so I guess we'll start with the top part here. I'm just going to do a search for metal. Let's see what we got to play with. Let's have a look at the base worn metal. No, I don't like that. Let's have a look at this one. Meh. Just gonna see what the, I think it might be, yeah, it's this one here. Going to remove this part of it. We can use this as an underlying smart material, and we can lay down something on top of it, make it a little bit more interesting maybe. I'm just trying to work out whether I want it to look that rusted. Smurfberry says, I remember when I was a smart material. I just realised, Smurf, too, I forgot to show you the pictures you popped into the Discord yesterday of the aquarium, your trip to the aquarium. I'll show them just before I sign off today. So Smurf remembers when he was a smart material. This is a smart material that we created for the elevator. I just want to have a look at what that looks like, actually, because I'm curious. Just because we used it for the elevator doesn't mean we can't use it somewhere else. Just wait for substance to catch up here. Come on, you can do it, Substance Painter. Come on. I really should do a save of this before it crashes the program. Snappy Girl says to Smurf, and when was this? Also Smurfberry, hi, how are you? Smurf says a while ago, now I'm a dumb material. How's your Python scripting coming along, Smurf? Or are we not talking about that today because you're having a day off on Python scripting? I hate it when you get, I don't have something in my eye, but it's like a little blurred, not blurred, but you know. There we go. Come on, Substance Painter. It's not, actually the material is pretty full on, the one that we created for the elevator, so yeah. Oh, I thought it crashed then, you know, I thought to myself, you all that waiting for something that looks terrible and I hate, so we're going to remove it. There we go. It looks good on the elevator, it just didn't work for this, that's all. Smurf says, I'm pretty good. I found a formula to take the weighted average of vertex colors when exporting the world texture, and it's better than taking just the simple average. Okay, so you are still working on your Python script there. Well, that's good. So it takes the weighted average of vertex colors. Okay. Let's see what this one looks like. No. What else we got? I think this one's probably a bit too brown. Actually, no, that's not too bad. It might be interesting if we do a mix between these two. But the first things first, I want to find the one, probably this one. Actually, let me just see if we can't play with the height value a little bit. No, that's not working for what we want. Just got to find the right layer. I think it might be in this layer actually, yeah. And it's in this layer of this layer. Just looking for the right layer. It might be the smart mask that's doing it. Yeah, it is. This one I pull back on the rust a little bit. I just think it's a little bit too much. Let's try the 0.04. No, too much. 0.015. Yeah, that's probably better. So what I think I'm going to do is we're just going to keep going, see if there is any other metal that might look more interesting, because why not? Actually, before I do this, I'm going to do a save, because I really don't trust the program. Models, kitchen, range hood, and we're going to call it range hood. Okay, let's just have a look at this one. No, I don't like that one. Let's have a look at this one. No, I don't like that one. This one? No, I think that was the one we just did. This one? Nope. And skip some of these. No, I don't want it that shiny. No, I don't want it that old. Let's have a look at this one. No, I don't like that. This one. Come on. No. We could use a painted metal, you know. Like the rest of the kitchen is blue. If we wanted to, we could use like a painted metal and make it blue. No, I don't like that. We might think about that actually. Like, that could be interesting. Generally, you wouldn't paint it blue, but someone might have for the kitchen. So, like, this is a yellow, but it's actually not a very nice texture either, to be honest. Let's just undo that. This one is more of a bronze. I'm going to leave it there because that could be interesting as a mix. But we'll keep going and see if there's anything else that could be interesting. No. This one is interesting as well, actually. I mean, it is really filthy, but I'm just going through them and comparing. Yeah, this really shiny one could be interesting to use as like a highlight after we've masked it out. I like the brassy, bronzy colour of that one. I quite like this one as well. It's very dirty though. But anyway, we'll keep going and see if there isn't anything else that might be good. Come on, substance painter. We did save it, so yeah. I was saying I had problem getting Twitch to get our transcoding to kick in this morning. I must have restarted the stream, I think, about 5 times. Come on, Painter, you can do it. You're nearly there. Once we get a mix that we like on the ducting at the top, we can use that then also for the piping on the side here. Just make a bit of a variation to the mask probably. The actual range shot itself is going to be a little bit more interesting. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do vertex colouring on the range hood. We really do need to do that. We can work on this and I can re-export the model and just update the project, so it's not a big deal. But no, I don't like that. Let's do a save here, just to be on the safe side. No, it's going to be too dark. No, I don't like that. This is a green painted metal, I think. No, I don't like that. And it's a grey. No, we won't go with that. This is one that I created for a gate. Just because it was made for a gate doesn't mean it might not be okay for reducting. But no, it's too rusted. Same for this, another one that I created with more gold in it. One I did with a green. Just gonna have a look at it. No. No. So picky, Smurfberry says, yes, I know. Sniper Girl says, yep, especially considering it's a material that's way up that nobody will notice. I know, I know. But I like doing this sort of work. Let me indulge myself, would you? It's the sort of stuff that I really like to make. Like, I like texturing work. But you're right. I think I'm getting a bit carried away. All right, look, we have a few here that we can work with. So 2 hours left. So we've got a few different layers here. I'm less liking this one. Like I said, I quite like the gold in that, or the brass, and I don't mind that either. But these two are very similar. And I think for the kitchen, for ducting, this one works better than this one. So we're going to turn both of those off, and we're just going to work with this one and the underlying silvery metal. I'm just going to move that up. Yeah, and let's go into our smart masks. Get rid of that. We'll try the surface worn. Good, tried and true surface worn. Actually, what I think I need to do is I'm just going to group those. And now we can throw down the surface worn. And let's play with the mask. I'm not sure surface worn is probably that good. Let's try a different smart mask. Let's go with... Let's try dust soft edges. No, that's not going to give me the look I want either. Let's try dust occlusion. This one's not really the look I'm going for either. I know why, because I didn't do a bake. I'm thinking, why is my edging not working? I didn't bake the maps down, did I? What a surprise. That would help. With smart masks, if you actually do a bake out, that would help quite a bit. I really should do that vertex colouring before we get too far into doing any more texturing. That's okay. I don't have to worry about it till we move to the texture for the range hood, because that's the only thing that really needs to be vertex coloured. The rest of it doesn't. We only need to do the bit down the bottom here. No, because he didn't bake stuff out means none of the materials he looked at originally were accurate. You are correct. You are spot on. They still won't be too bad actually, because even with a bake out here, most of this is just horizontal and vertical. So baking it out's really only going to affect anything that was along an edge. Smart materials require information to be smart. That's exactly right, they do. And that was why I was wondering why I wasn't getting proper edge masking happening here. Like now we are, you see, we're getting that edging, which we weren't getting because I didn't bake it out. Funny about that, hey? Smurf says, I remember when I was an edge mask. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to bring the silvery part here. You remember we had two materials. One was a silver, shiny silver, and the other one was more of a dirty metal. So basically I wanted the lighter silver to appear along the edges and kept the dirty metal for like the middle and the top. So basically the vertical and the horizontal and the silvery bits on the edges. That's what I'm trying to say. That'll probably work for what we want. Let's just do a quick save and let's jump back into Max really quickly because I need to do that vertex colouring on the range hood. So let's see here. I guess we'll start with the rivets because it's easy. All the rivets can be the same material. Make sure I haven't forgotten any. I don't think I have. Let's make them a yellow. So many rivets. Yes, I know, so many rivets. And then the edging can be its own material as well. Oh, material color that is. Yeah. So let's make that green, and then this, did I get the rivets in there? Well, I'll check it in a minute. This can be its own color as well, so let's make that an aqua blue, and then the FB for Francis Barrett can be its own color. Let's make that a darker purpley blue, and then that will leave the main part of the range hood. Let's make that a purple, and then we've got the underside here, so yeah, I think we'll make those the same color. Let's make them a red, and then we've got this bit here. I did that and I did that. So I need to do that. Let's make that a dark green. So we did that and that and that. And we have that and these. Let's separate that up. Let's make that its own color. Let's make it an orangey color. So I'm just going to turn vertex coloring on so I can check that I haven't forgotten anything. I don't think I have. Oh, I did. I forgot the top bit up there. So let's select that. Let's make that. I'm going to pick up the color. I guess we could pick up the green. Yeah, let's do that. So let's make it the same as this green here. There we go. Okay, I think we should be good. Let's turn vertex coloring on. Save the file and re-export the model. We don't have to re-export the one we brought into Unreal because Unreal doesn't care about vertex coloring for what we're doing, but we don't just need to re-export the one we're doing the paint on. Again, that was why I kept it separate. That's two separate files, so we didn't have to re-import it into Unreal. So we have the paint model, I'm in the wrong program, and the Unreal model here. So we only have to re-import the paint one. Oh, that does mean we need to rebake our maps again. Okay. Make sure we resave our file. Now, let's see what let's work our way down. I don't think I want to do anything more for the ducting up here. I think that'll be fine. Let's move to the pipe though. We could reuse the material we created here for the ducting, but let's just see if we can't find something a little bit more interesting. Let's have a look at this one. I must make sure I'm in the right layer here actually. Pipe. Wait for substance to catch up. Jeez, come on. Come on. We did save it, so if it does crash, it's not the end of the world. I think it's one of these sci-fi materials. They're the ones that I keep saying I have to remove from the shelf because they do cause the program to occasionally crash. I don't know why. Something about those smart materials is not good for the program. I did change the TDR delay in the registry for the video card though, so that will probably help. I don't love it, to be honest. Yeah, they're not great materials. I mean, they're not terrible, but I don't really like it. I won't remove it for the moment. Well, yeah, but I can't say I love them. Let's have a look at this one. It could be alright for an underlying texture, but let's keep going here really quick. Let's look at this one that I created. I want to set something a little bit different from the ducting, and that's a bit too similar. But might be okay for us to use as a mix. Let's see if we can mix between these two. I'm going to remove that sci-fi one, which is really terrible. And I'm also going to remove the blank layer at the bottom, which we're not using. Again, we'll do a group here. Come on, there we go. I'm just going to do a quick save again, and we'll go back to our smart masks. And let's go, let's look at dust soft edges as a mask mix. We did do a bake out, so that should be fine. Yeah, no, that mask is not going to work. Smurf says there's a company that does structural inspections. They post some of the frightening stuff that they see every week on Imager. Really? This kind of reminds me of that. Yeah, I was shocked. You guys, you know, obviously you guys in the US know about that building that collapsed in, was it Miami? That was pretty bad. I'm not sure how many people were killed. Not good though. Have they worked out what caused that building to collapse? The one in Miami that they actually, you remember the one that they actually had to tear down because there was a cyclone or a hurricane or something coming, and they were worried it might fall over because half the building had collapsed. And I saw the footage of it because apparently there was like us, you know how you guys, well, everyone everywhere has cameras everywhere now, so they actually had film of the actual collapse, and it was just frightening. Smurf says, although they usually post crumbling foundations and stuff. Sniper Girl says, you mean this stuff wouldn't pass inspection? Smurf says, no, the forensic investigation is going to take months probably. He's talking about the one that I'm talking about in Miami that collapsed. It's terrible. And I'd be worried too, because apparently it was a twin of another one. So the one that collapsed is here, and then there's an identical building made at the same time here. It hasn't collapsed, but if I wouldn't want to live in those apartments after seeing what happened to this one. I think you're taking your life into your hands, living in that building. How do I want to do this? I think Sniper Girl says, what's the worst that can happen? You saw what the worst that can happen is. That building just... I don't think they've even found all the people that died. Because, like, the thing pretty much pancaked as it hit the ground. I mean, and you can imagine cement blocks pancaking, what that will do to anyone that would be between the cement. It's the same thing that sort of happened with the Twin Towers when they were brought down in New York. Yeah, not nice. Not a nice way to die. I mean, I guess it would be quick at least. Still not nice. I'm just going to turn that off for a minute. I want to see if there's any other mask here that might work better. I thought, yeah. Let's try the dust occlusion. And it's not giving me a mix, so maybe it's my underlying material I don't like. Maybe. And try planar blending on. Smurf says more people survived the World Trade Center collapse than this, which is kind of shocking. Did they? No, the World Trade Center, weren't there 3,000 people that died in that? I mean, compared to the number of people that were in the building, you're probably correct. But yeah, a lot of people died with the World Trade Center. Sniper Girl says, just Googled, the report said the waterproofing below the pool deck was beyond its useful life. And causing major structural damage to the concrete structural slab below these areas. Oh, so they reckon it was the waterproofing for the pool deck. Smurf says the condo collapse was really bad in that it didn't fall gracefully at all. Or didn't fail, sorry, gracefully at all. Well, no, like I said, I saw the footage. The whole side of the building just drops and takes, like, and it doesn't drop straight down. It sort of like drops like this, and then the rest of it sort of comes down with it on one half of the building. It was, yeah, quite incredible. Sniper Girl says also had abundant cracking of columns, beams and walls in the basement parking garage. Because apparently the building was quite old, wasn't it? It wasn't like a new building. It was quite an old building. Let's do a quick save here and move back on to the final part, which is the range hood down here. Because otherwise I could be here all day. Messing around with different stuff. That's not really the look I wanted, but it'll do for now. So we want... No, I'm thinking a brass for this range hood might look really interesting. So let's see if we can't find an interesting looking brass. In fact, let's do a search for brass. Let's have a look at this. No, that's the wrong one. Let's have a look at this brass. That's not bad. That's sort of like what I had in mind, but I don't want it everywhere. So we're going to... I just want to see if I can find another one that we can mix with it, because remember, it always looks better if we have a bit of contrast happening in our materials. This might be interesting. So let's do a group here. And go into our smart masks again, and let's go with surface worn. we're going to go through in a minute and we'll make some changes. But I'm looking at the main body of the range hood at the moment. That's what I'm sort of concentrating on. Just play with our balance a little bit. Maybe pull back a little on the contrast. Change that mix a little bit. Just do a quick save there. Smurf says only one person survived the condo collapse. You can sometimes design a structure to collapse in a way that's more survivable, but the condo collapse wasn't survivable. So only one person out of the entire collapse survived. Terrible. Very, very fortunate and lucky for that one person though. Sniper Girl says the condo collapse had zero warning. The World Trade Center, a building hit it and people knew it was falling. That's true. And a lot of people did manage to get out of the World Trade Center. I think the thing that sticks out in my mind the most about the World Trade Center tragedy was I don't think people above where the planes hit the building could escape. I think because the planes exploded and everything caught fire, I don't think people that were above could actually get down. So if you were below where the plane hit, you could escape, but if you were above in the building, I don't think there was a way for them to get out. And I'm pretty sure I remember seeing footage of people that were jumping off the top of the building, and that was just really terrible. I guess they were afraid that either the building might collapse or that they'd be burnt to death because the flames were going up toward the top of the building. So it was just awful, really awful. Sniper Girl says, you can believe even after the condo collapsed that there were idiots in the government that argued against building inspections. That the government shouldn't take responsibility to ensure structures are safe. We have a similar problem here in Australia. A lot of newer buildings have cladding on the outside of it, and a lot of the cladding is flammable. There was that we shouldn't be on the subject because this is terrible, but in the UK, in London, in England, there was that Grenville Tower or whatever they called it that went up in smoke, like burnt and killed a lot of people by being burnt to death. And it was because of the cladding that they used. Apparently the cladding was flammable. We have that problem in this country as well. We have a lot of apartment buildings that have been built using this flammable cladding, and they know it's a problem. But because so many apartments were built and because it costs a lot of money to replace it, it's taking a long time, and the government didn't want to take responsibility for it here either. They were forced to in the end, I think, after we had a couple of fires. Now, no one thankfully has died in this country from it, but every building that has this flammable cladding, you're at risk of dying if it catches fire. So I think governments should be responsible. I mean, well, the governments and the companies that built this stuff, they both should be responsible, the builders and the government. Smurf says, yeah, that UK tower incident was awful. It was terrible. Really terrible. And I don't know if I can imagine a worse way to die than being burnt alive. I mean, that's, ugh. You know, drowning. Well, that wouldn't be nice either. But They're being burnt to death. Yeah. I don't know, maybe you pass out from the smoke before you actually got the fly. I don't know. It's a terrible thing to think about anyway. We shouldn't be talking about it. Yeah, so I think what we'll do here is we might go with let's throw this one down. Let's mask with color selection to the, oh wow. Okay, let's redo this. We're going to make out the maps. I forgot yet again, to change from the ID map from material color to vertex color. So we're just going to bake out the range hood. We don't have vertex coloring on anything else. So we'll just bake out this bit again. Why? I don't. Snowbagel says, I don't get that. Companies will cut corners. Inspections are the only way to ensure that they don't get people killed. It's cheap. Yeah, I agree, Sniper Girl. But it's because they want to cheap out. That's the reason. These companies want to cheap out. So that they buy cheap goods to build the building with to save money. And these cheap goods obviously are not fit for purpose because they're flammable. So, okay, let's find one more metal for maybe the border in here. Let's have a look at this. And again, we're going to mask with color selection to there. We might also mask with color selection to let's have a look at this one. Now let's look at the FB now. And for that, I think we'll go with something a little bit shiny, because why not? Let's have a look at this bronze. Come on, substance. Don't you crash on me. Don't you do it. Don't do it. That's very worrying. That spinning circle is very worrying. I don't think I saved it after I'd added a lot of the other materials here. Hang on. Smurf says, Phil, why? Because Phil, that's why. That's right. Oh, come on. Don't you crash on me. Don't you do it. I don't like this. I don't like it's taking this long. I don't know why. It's just a standard bronze. Oh, it's a bronze. Okay. It's another one of those really multi-layered smart materials. That's the reason. I'll be so annoyed if it crashes. I will be. Really will be. See, I don't have health boards here to remind me to save in coffee. You must have fallen asleep, I think. He was here this morning. He was in the chat this morning. Oh, there we go. That was a worry. Let's mask with color selection and then do a save to that. Let's save this. Look, to be fair to Adobe, since Adobe have started work on the program, it hasn't crashed. Surprisingly, it has not crashed. So copy and so there's Hellforge. Sorry, Hellforge. I thought you might have fallen asleep, so no, it's really early for you. Sniper Girl says, let me guess, Phil didn't save in a while. Also, he has autosave off, like always. Yes, I do. You know I turn autosave off. I hate that stuff so much. But that's okay. It got there in the end. Yeah, and since Adobe have actually started working on the software, I haven't had it crash. So, make of that what you will. I'm just looking at the overall now to see if there's anything I want to change. Probably not. I think that should be good. Sniper Girl says too late on the last part. Think he blew up painter. No, we got there in the end. Hellwood says damn. I mean, I kind of did. It's almost 4 a.m. and I haven't had coffee. Oh no, I know it's so late. I do appreciate you hanging around, Hellforge, but if you're tired, you should go to sleep for sure. Go to bed. I'm going to be finishing up soon, actually. Sniper Girl says, you realise that if you lose work, it will be your fault, right? I mean, it's the purpose of saving and autosave. Yes, I know. I know it's going to be my fault. Okay, let's export these textures, because I could be here all day otherwise. The UE4 projects, models, kitchen, range hood, and export. Okay. Now let's import our exported materials. So we're going to start with the range hood, painted, range hood, painted, range hood. Okay, that's the ducting. That's the pipes. This is the range hood itself. Let's bring these ones in. Range hood. Range hood, range hood. I'm just looking for the that's the pipe, that's the pipe, that's the pipe, pipe. Right, it's this one here. It moved it down on me and it was confusing me. Okay. So this is the range hood, and again I want to turn virtual texturing off on this. So we can bring these in. How are we going for time? I'd like to get this finished before I sign off for the day today. The rain should, that is. So we have the base color, metallic, normal and rough. And then we have the pipe, so let's import the pipe. So pipe, 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 and pipe. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to turn virtual texturing on. And bring these into this one. So color, metallic, normal and rough. And then finally we need to bring in the ducting. So let's open up that, import. So ducting, ducting, ducting and ducting. Make sure we turn virtual texturing on. And let's bring those into the shader. And roughness. Okay, I think that means everything should be in now. I may knock back the gloss, I think, on the ducting up the top there. Like I like the gloss here on the range hood, and even the pipe, but I think up here it's too glossy, so let's just jump back in. Yeah, duct is a bit shiny. It is, it's a bit too shiny, so let's look at the ducting here and knock it back. In fact, we can remove these two because they're not even being used. I've just got to wait for Substance Painter here to catch up with me. Which is interesting. If you look at it here in Substance Painter, it's not that shiny. For some reason, when it's been brought into Unreal, it's become really shiny. I could actually probably do it in Unreal. It'd probably be quicker than me waiting for Substance Painter to compile the shader here. So if I take the shine right down, No, we have the roughness all the way up. Let's look at the metallic. Maybe if we pull it back a little bit. Smith says, although it hardly looks it in Painter. Yeah, it does. It doesn't look that shiny in Painter for some reason, but bring it into Unreal, it did. What is it exporting an inverted map like Gloss or using the wrong color space in Unreal? See, it does. I agree. It does. It shouldn't be that shiny here in Unreal. Let's look at the ducting, which is this one. We can, yeah, you can see here it's way too shiny. It's almost chrome. I don't think it's using the wrong color space. I didn't hook up the wrong one to the wrong one, did I? No, that's the metallic. Let's I have knocked it back in the material here. Let's re-export it again. Well, we're only going to export the ducting because that's the only one we've changed. And if that doesn't work, then I'll do it in Unreal. And then just re-import the ducting. Where did it put it? What's the range of ducting? Here we go. Ducting. I was wondering why I've got two of the same material here. What's going on there? Did I duplicate it by mistake? I bet I did. I'm just going to do a save and see if I can delete one of these because I don't think we're using this one. I think I may have duplicated it by mistake. Yep. Same with this one. It's just we did a duplicate. It was my bad. I hit the wrong button, I think. So I'm just cleaning it up. Range for ducting, roughness, metallic. Let's just re-import the metallic. We'll also re-import the roughness. And of course, once it re-imports it, it wants to turn it into a virtual texture, so let's turn that off. And the roughness. What compilation errors? There are no compilation errors. Don't tell me something that's not true. Oh, normal. Oh, why are you telling me there's a compilation error? There should not be. Let's just bring it in again because it doesn't like it for some reason. I believe that's the roughness. Still looks a bit shiny to me, but let's have a look. Well, that's better. It still might be a little shiny. Oops. Yeah, still is a bit too shiny. Very strange. Ducting. It has knocked it back. It's the metallic, isn't it? Yeah, that's the metallic. No, I think let's try specular. Let's try 1. Let's try 0.5. That's better, I think. It still looks a bit glossy. Why is that? You know what I think I might do is let's just completely remove, I didn't plug that in. That might help. Anyway. I might play with that later on. I mean, it has knocked a bit of the gloss off, so that's alright. And we do want the range hood to be glossy because it's a brass. Okay, so I think we're good to go with the kitchen. So next week when I come back, we can start, let's do a save all here. We can start working back on the landscape again. I just wanted to show these pictures though that Smurpery posted in the Discord of the fish from the aquarium. Look at the mouth on that thing. It's a turtle, isn't it? A nice photo, Smurper, actually. Did you obviously you took these. That's really nice photo. I like it. And the fishy. Yeah, they look really good. Particularly like the turtle way. And again, they're on the Discord server. Thanks for showing us, Smurf. I think we'll leave it there though for today, guys and girls. I do want to thank you though for hanging out and being here and watching. I do appreciate it. Sniper Girl says, total control freak. I always have to set up to be able to fix the roughness in Unreal with my master materials. Turtle be like that, Smurf says. Looks like he's smiling. Big turtle mouth. Yeah, thanks for being here and watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. I'll be back again on Monday next week. We will pick up working on the landscape outside. No more work on the kitchen. That was the last thing I had to bring in. I just forgot to put the range hood in. So yeah, I'll be back on Monday next week. You guys and girls have a great weekend. Take care, and I'll see you all next week. See you guys.